Alrighty, guys, good morning. It is Monday, January 30th. And so, hope you guys had a great weekend, and we are back at it. And so, today we are going to be in Psalm 18, verse 34 through 45. And so, going to just read from the psalm and offer a couple of reflections, and then have an idea for us to also do during the week that I'm going to share with you at the end. So let me just jump in. It says this, David reflecting. He says, he trains my hands for battle. My arms can bend a bow of bronze. You make your saving help my shield, and your right hand sustains me. Your help has made me great. You provide a broad path for my feet so that my ankles do not give way. I pursued my enemies and overtook them. I do not turn back till they were destroyed. I crushed them so that they could not rise. They fell beneath my feet. You armed me with strength for battle. You humbled my my adversaries before me. You made my enemies turn their backs in flight. And I destroyed my foes. They cried for help, but there was no one to save them. To the Lord, but he did not answer. I beat them as with windblown dust. I trampled them like mud in the streets. You have delivered me from the attacks of the people. You have made me the head of nations. People I did not know now serve me. Foreigners cower before me. As soon as they hear of me, they obey me. They all lose heart. They tremble from their strongholds. So, quite the passage, and in this, David, once again, we were talking about in this psalm, David is reflecting on the victories that God has given him over his life, and in this passage, David is essentially reflecting on the theme of his life, or the theme that perhaps has defined his life, and that theme has been battle. We have to remember that David is a warrior, and his main experience in life has been war. He got his first taste of battle even as a young boy, protecting the flocks of his father in the hills of Judea, as he would watch over the sheep, and as he would protect them from the bear and the lion and different predators that would prey on them. And so all of David's life has been defined by battle. And he even says that God has trained his hands for battle. Now, David is obviously reflecting about the physical realm. He's reflecting about just the reality of his life. But what I find so interesting about David is there are some principles from his life that we can learn from. Because even though you and I perhaps don't find ourselves in a physical war, I would argue that you and I live in a war zone. I would argue that you and I live in a cosmic battle. A battle between good and evil, a battle between the enemies of darkness, Satan, and God. And for me, that just helps define my reality. I see people who struggle with so many different things in life. I observe the own battle inside my own heart, and that's when I walk away from those observations, it just seems to me to be the reality. That there is a cosmic war that you and I are involved in, that if you pay a little bit closer attention to, you will begin to see the existence of it, or the clues of it. The Apostle Paul in Ephesians, he reflecting on this, he says, put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers of this present darkness, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. And what Paul is describing is not a physical war, He says, but as the Christian, our war is a cosmic battle. It's a spiritual war that we find ourselves in. And so we can look at David's life and we can see that God trained him perhaps for physical war, but God also trains us for spiritual war. And I think the way that you and I, the best way for us to prepare for battle, if we are in a cosmic war, is simply to pay attention to and imitate the way that Jesus engaged in this battle. If you observe the life of Jesus, there are certain things that he's always engaging in. He's always praying for the sick. So apparently sickness, illness is the work of the enemy. It's one of his weapons that he uses against us. He's always taking care of the poor and feeding those who are hungry. And so apparently poverty and us not distributing food and those types of things, it's a way that the enemy attacks us. He even from time to time he calms the storm. So apparently not every natural disaster is God's will. Apparently even the enemy has such influence that he can cause storms and earthquakes and those types of things from time to time. And so we see Jesus engaging in this battle. We see Jesus paying attention to what's going on around him and then engaging those things. Sometimes it's just simply loving and serving and caring for those around. Sometimes it's forgiving other people. Sometimes it's rebuking demonic forces that are influencing people. There's a number of things, but one of the ways that you and I can train ourselves for battle is paying attention to the way that Jesus engages in the battle and then imitating that. And so a bit of a kind of a harsh passage this morning from David, but I think there are spiritual implications for it, for us to engage in real life things that are going on. Perhaps you're in a battle this morning. Perhaps there are friends or family that are in battles. Are you being called to step in and to fight on their behalf through the realm of prayer, through the realm of authority that God gives you? And so that's some thoughts from this morning's passage. Another thing I wanted to share with you guys. There are a number of people that watch this, and I feel like we're a bit of a group or a family on mission together. And so I thought let's be a little bit more proactive in that. And so every day we're going to have a hashtag of something for us to do together. And so today is Monday, so today's going to be, and I know it's corny, but oh well, today's going to be Make a Difference Monday. And so in what way, and just very easy way, can you make a difference for someone else this morning, this afternoon, this Monday? And how can we further God's kingdom by sharing his love, his grace, his mercy with those around us? And so just want to give you that challenge that you and I together can make a difference. That's what we're called to do. We're in relationship, and with relationship comes responsibility. And so just wanted to throw that out there. Hopefully you guys run with that, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Bye.